Hello, everyone. Hope you are well on this Sunday afternoon. Have you ever had one of those moments where you asked yourself, or you made a decision, and you asked yourself, what was I thinking? Well, Mrs. Dog and I had one of those moments yesterday. I will go a bit more into that. But first, a couple of things. I will be on uh, live tomorrow night, Monday night at 9 p.m. I will be on with Cold War Prepper. If you haven't checked him out yet, please do so. He has a very good channel. That's Cold War Prepper. He has an army, I believe it was army. He has a military background. Has great content, a lot of knowledge, a lot of skills. So make a note of that and check him out as well. I saw this story this morning earlier before church, and this kind of threw me out here. The Vatican. I saw the story. The Vatican kicks out a pro-life activist priest. They kicked him out of the clergy, and they're alleging blasphemous communications. Okay, this guy's name is Frank Pavone. Guess I'm pronouncing that right, but he's been a staple of the pro-life movement for some years now. He received a letter from the Pope, Pope Francis, from a Pope Francis representative, stating that he has been removed from the clergy without the possibility of appeal for being pro-life, apparently, and for apparently he was making a lot of social media posts about pro-life, or at least he commented or was on there for that, I guess. But they're saying that's the reason they took him out. But I mean, just think about that for a moment. I mean, doesn't that kind of go against everything? I mean, I would think if you're Catholic and you value life and creations from God, really? So it doesn't make sense to me when you really think about it like that. But then again, these days, this is pretty common. Isaiah chapter 5, verses 20 and 21 said that woe to those who call evil good and good evil, who put darkness for light and light for darkness. We're seeing that these days, aren't we? In many ways, even at the highest levels, right? We certainly are. It's just, I can't find the words on that. It's just what we're seeing these days, really. You know, we just have to stay committed and keep to our values and stay close to Jesus and in the Bible. You know. Okay, real quick, our adventure yesterday. We decided to venture out and grab some things, for the week ahead, because we don't know what this week is going to be interesting with the weather and everything going on. We're getting close to Christmas, and we're hosting some family, and then we're going to another family member's home for Christmas. So we have a lot of busy stuff coming up. So we had to go out and get some things. We went to Aldi, and thankfully found most of what we need at Aldi because our prices are a little bit better. I mean, they have gone up in prices as well, like most people, like most places. But I think we saved a decent amount getting most of our things there. They were stocked fairly well, actually. I'll have to say. I can't remember seeing anything that really was alarming as far as any shortages or anything like that. I'm hearing from different parts of the country where people are saying they're seeing shortages. Now, part of that could be because it's the holiday, maybe, but this one was stocked pretty well. After that, we went over to Kroger and got a few things. Now, there are some things that we get at Kroger that Aldi just does not have. And we did that. Just madness in there, pretty crazy as far as the number of people, of course. prices, I mean, sticker shock, y'all. Sticker shock. It seems like the prices are going up every dang week. All right. Um, it's just maddening. It really is. It's just amazing. It really is. So we did Kroger, went home. We had to go and did it, and we unloaded, went to the town just over from our town, and doing picked up a few little specific things. And we were right by a Walmart, and Mrs. Dog was like, "Well, we can just pop in here and get a few things here too while we're at it, you know." And I'm like, the thought ran through my mind, like maybe we shouldn't go in there, but I'm thinking, well, we're right here at it. Let's go. Miss Dog's like, yeah, it'll be a surgical strike. We'll just go in, we're out, boom, you know, because our plan was to go to Chick-fil-A after that. That's kind of our routine. We like to do a Chick-fil-A out there on Saturday evenings because usually it's fairly calm at Chick-fil-A, at least this one on Saturday evening. And it's one of the few places that we can go and both of us eat for just under 20 bucks. Where can you find that these days? And you know, I trust it. I mean, I trust the food. It's pretty consistent, you know. Service is always good. So first, going to Walmart and just going to make a surgical strike. And man, I mean, you know, what were we thinking? We walk in and we got in the soup, y'all. I mean, Zombie Land. I don't know what else to call it, but just all walks of life. Not your normal crowd, but you know, it's the last big shopping weekend before Christmas. I get it. So people had carts loaded down, spending money, toys. I saw a cart that had toys just overflowing. I mean, this guy needed a second cart. I don't know. No telling what kind of money that dude put out there, you know. We didn't even need a cart. We were just going in for a couple of specific things. We were able to get that, but it was like fighting your way out, you know, of there. People running, jumping, yelling here and there. I mean, it was not a dangerous thing. I mean, we didn't feel unsafe. It was just so many people. You know, if you've ever been in there where so many people, you're just really, you know, your radar is like hyper alert. You know, like, you know, what's going on? So a little stressful, yes. So we were glad to be out of there. So we escaped, went to Chick-fil-A, and you know, there's so many people out there shopping and all, so there was a lot more. It was a crazy scene at Chick-fil-A. I mean, a lot busier than we're used to, but we made it. We survived. We were able to eat and get out. Back up for a moment. When we were at the Kroger, we saw a neighbor, and this neighbor is a paramedic. He works for the fire department. We say hello. Like, I don't know, 15 minutes later, over the intercom, they're saying paramedic needed on aisle 5. And we're like, somebody had passed out. Like a young person had passed out on the floor over there, sprawled out, and there was our neighbor, paramedic, tending to this person. His cart was rolling away. He just left his stuff and ran to the aid of this young lady. And so that was kind of cool to see. It looked like she was going to be fine. But yeah, kind of a wild scene there too as well. So it was kind of one of those days where you're going out and you see a few different things than you were expecting to see. But that is the way things are, you know, nowadays. So Shara, did you get out in the madness this weekend? We didn't today. Today we just did church and came home. All right. You get ready for this week coming up this week. I just wanted to share some things and what we saw at the grocery stores. Like, again, prices just keep going up. All the stores we went into seemed stocked fairly well, even in the Walmart, from what I remember. I mean, it was kind of crazy in there, but kind of a lot of crazy in there. But they seemed fairly well stocked as well. So I have a great passage to share. Now, our pastor was covering this morning, and he had a great message. And I'll just kind of echo a little bit of what he said as well. I can't put it any close to the way he says it, but this was from part of this is what I've kind of been talking about here lately. But it was based on in John chapter 1, verses 14 through 18. And that says, the Word became flesh and made his dwelling among us. We have seen his glory, and the glory of the one and only Son, who came from the Father, full of grace and truth. Goes on, it says, John testified concerning him. He cried out, saying, "This is the one I spoke about, when I said, he who comes after me has surpassed me, because he was before me." Just don't gloss over that. He says, this is the one I spoke about, Jesus. When I said, he comes after me has surpassed me, because he was before me, meaning Jesus is eternal. Jesus is eternal and has always really been there, right? Out of his fullness, we have all received grace in place of grace already given. For the law was given through Moses. Grace and truth came through Jesus Christ. No one has ever seen God but the one and only Son, who is himself God and is in closest relationship with the Father, has made him known. So nobody has seen God. I mean, even Moses, wasn't able to see God directly. It would be too overwhelming. He would be destroyed immediately. Any of us would be. But through his Son, through Jesus, we have seen the manifestation, or they did at that time. We see the manifestation of God. What a humble arrival. And the way he came into this world, stepped into flesh, into our scene. Think about that. The holy God steps into the flesh and set up camp among us. And he's taken on all of our failures, all of our quirks, all of our iniquities. Jesus he was fully man, yet he was also fully God. We need to celebrate that and remember that. I mean, what a gift that is, isn't it? Our pastor also made this observation, and I haven't thought about it this way before, but he said that if you think about it, from all that we know in the scriptures and all that we know about the life of Jesus, is that everyone that met Jesus was either one of two things. Either they were afraid of him and wanted him gone and saw him as a threat, or they worshiped him. We don't really see any evidence of anyone meeting Jesus and just was like, okay. Nice to meet you. See ya. They were either afraid or worshiped him and followed him. Thought that was interesting and true. So, share your thoughts. Let's be safe out there. God bless you. I'll see you soon.